Good afternoon from London. It's an okay afternoon here. And hello to all dear comrades, friends, and supporters from me, Dr. Dermot Hudson, the chairman of the British Group for the Study of the Judea, chairman of KFA UK and the official delegate of KFA for the UK, and of course the owner of this very self-same channel, Songam 007, the militant voice of Songam and Juche in the UK, defending people's career with no ifs or buts. And indeed, I believe we are the only pro-DPRK YouTube channel in Britain, or probably the main one. Anyway, today I thought I'd take a break from spring cleaning and writing to make this video on what is a popular topic at the moment among true friends of people's career. It keeps coming up on my live streams and at meetings. This whole business of trendy middle class vloggers and so-called influencers who managed to get into the DPRK as tourists and have made hostile videos and various other postings on social media. And of course, as correctly remarked, there's been a whole army of them, so I can't deal with all of them. I'm just going to concentrate on one who someone said, oh, he looks like a typical CIA or NED type, the US National Endowment for Democracy, which of course is having its funds cut by Trump and Musk. But that's another story. So I'm going to answer some of the things they said, and in this video, we're just going to focus on one such person. Goes by the name of Harry Jaggard. Now, doesn't this sound like a made-up name? Sounds like a character out of a Charles Dickens novel, doesn't it? But anyway, that's what he calls himself, and he's made two videos. One titled, Pack Your Bags, Boys, I'm running in North Korea, and inside North Korea, the strangest country on earth, KP. In both videos, Jaggard constantly refers to the DPRK as North Korea instead of by its proper title, the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, or for short, DPRK, or, as I prefer, People's Korea. Jaggard's first video is full of Orientalist cliches about the DPRK, using words like surreal and secretive. And one would ask, if the DPRK is so secretive, why has such a hostile person as Jaggard been let in the first place? It simply wouldn't happen if it was so secretive. And of course, using these words like surreal and secretive is quite a deliberate ploy. Jaggard trots out all the usual mainstream media and elite narrative about the DPRK being a dictatorship, blah, 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 and oppressive, blah, 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 and ignores the actual reality of the DPRK, which it was in front of his eyes. Did Mr. Jaggard see any actual evidence of oppression in the DPRK, such as the police beating people up and dragging them off the streets, or pointing guns at people's heads, which I've actually seen happening in Brazil, by the way, when I was coming back from a dinner at midnight. I actually saw that happen in Brazil. Never seen it happen in the DPRK ever. Where were the massive concentration camps, quote unquote, which the Western media tell us exist? There was no sign of them whatsoever in Mr. Jaggard's video. Far from being oppressive and a dictatorship, the DPRK's democracy is second to none. Respected Marshal Kim Jong-un is a genuine people's leader who is elected by the people and supported by them. In capitalist countries, governments are elected by a minority of the electorate and in fact do not have any mandate to rule, whereas in the DPRK they're backed by 100% of the electorate. The DPRK is a true people's democracy from top to bottom, from the Supreme People's Assembly down to local people's committees and people's neighbourhood units. And no, it is a people's democracy, a socialist democracy, not a bourgeois democracy, because someone like Mr. Jaggard would not understand them. Jaggard even says, after visiting the Kangdong greenhouse farm, which, by the way, I actually visited myself in April 2024. And anyway, Jaggard says everyone is starving. Now, I don't know whether that was meant sarcastically or ironically, or whether he really meant it, but his own video show that this is simply not true. It is a false assertion. In fact, everybody in the DPRK is supplied with basic foods at low cost so that no one starves. And this is actually even in the socialist labour law of the DPRK. However, interestingly, I think it's a case of a broken clock being right at least once a day or twice a day. There is one myth that's broken by Mr. Jaggard's video, and the myth is that there is no internet in the DPRK. As he clearly shows, there is internet access in the DPRK at the Grand People's Study House and indeed at other places such as universities and hotels. Overall, Jaggard comes across as gormless, ignorant, silly, and flippant. He wrongly calls the Grand People's Study House in Pyongyang the DPRK National Library, and also includes a clip where he supposedly receives an email from Marshal Kim Jong-un. Of course, this is absolutely not true at all. He talks about Korean Nationalist Party music, but no party with such a name actually exists in the DPRK. This shows him up as a truly ignorant man, lacking in any understanding. And I think he also asked for a book by Lily Phillips or something like that. It's all very silly. Lastly, the title of one of Mr. Jaggard's videos, The Strangest Country on Earth, is simply a cliche demonization of the DPRK. What is strange about a country that is clean, that lacks vandalism and graffiti, that lacks drug abuse, and that has no beggars or homeless, and has free education, free healthcare, plus free housing? There's nothing strange about it. Surely a strange country is one where the homeless sleep on the streets, but there are empty houses, and also people with second and third homes, or a country that imports products like steel and coal that it can easily produce at home. And one could add, I think a strange country is where They had to spend millions on rehabilitating drug addicts. The DPRK is a country where that problem does not exist in the first place. I've actually visited the DPRK 19 times, starting with my first ever visit in May 1992. And I went back in April last year, and I was actually the first visitor to the DPRK for 5 years. I was told at the embassy I was the first person from Britain to be getting a visa. But wrongly, these fake people like Mr. Jaggard have been given a lot of space by the media. I would urge supporters of People's Career to ignore the twaddle of the likes of Harry Jaggard and the others and read my accounts. I will put links in the description. And the way you can support People's Career and learn the truth about People's Career is not by reading or watching such accounts, but by supporting and following the Korean and Friendship Association of the UK and the British Group for the Study of the DPRK. We are really well and truly defending People's Career with no ifs or buts. And I thank people for watching this video today. If you're not already a subscriber, please like and subscribe and share this video to as many people as possible. You can support us in all sorts of ways. We will have a few online events coming up. We got a film night on the 28th of April, and I'm heading up to Liverpool for the Marxist Book Fair, where I will probably sign copies of some of my books. And it's also useful here to remind people we've got a publications program. The link will be in the description, and I'll be having a special live stream tomorrow to launch my book about People's Career and its struggle against revisionism. So it's all systems go here at KFA UK in the British Group for the Study of the DPRK. And lastly, you can support us financially by donating to KFA UK or myself. So thank you for listening. Have a great day, and don't believe the lies about People's Career. Goodbye.